Lesson 1. Do better work, and get recognition for it, by managing up. Questions that would be answered. What does it mean to manage up at work? Why is managing up important for my career and work life? How can I manage up? Connect with me via WhatsApp, +234 703 247 4726, to get more interesting videos. Please, to support our ministry, remember to like the video, and also find it in your heart to subscribe to our YouTube channel and then gently tap the bell to turn on the notification, so as not to miss out on the next videos. Imagine Nina as a top nail artist at a place called Sassy Sweetheart Salon. Nina puts an incredible amount of detail into her work, sometimes spending hours at a time on a single manicure to give customers exactly what they want. Her customers know about Nina's creativity and diligence, and so does everyone who sees her customers' exquisite nails. Now Nina wants to make sure her manager knows about her good work, too. Let's help her. Doing a good job at work is about more than just doing what your manager asks you to do. It's also about managing up. Managing up essentially means coming up with creative solutions to problems, and making an effort to communicate with your manager in a way that makes it easy for them to understand what you're accomplishing at work. It isn't just sucking up to your boss and agreeing with everything they say. It's about understanding their goals, perspective, agenda, priorities, and work style, and helping them get closer to their goals. In a way, managing up means managing your manager. More specifically, it's about you helping both of you do your jobs better. By showing that you are responsible and a self-starter, you make sure your manager recognizes the great work you are doing, and you create an opportunity for both of you to work together for the best possible outcome. If you have a great manager, managing up can bring even more value to your relationship and work. If your manager struggles with management skills, managing up can help you make up for where they are lacking. To manage up, start by thinking like your manager. Know their priorities, how they spend their time, and their long and short-term goals at work. This lets you anticipate their needs and know when to come to them with ideas or questions. For instance, if Nina's boss wants to see Nina's new nail art designs before going on a long trip, Nina can schedule reviews with that in mind. By knowing your manager's bandwidth, their capacity to get things done, you'll be able to know how what you're doing fits in with their goals and priorities, and you can tailor your work to make sure it works in symmetry with theirs. Beyond that, you'll be able to generate even more ideas to take to them that will match and help them meet their goals. Say, Nina knows her manager's goal is to increase the salon's followers on social media. Rather than waiting for her boss to tell her what to do, she could suggest hiring someone to take pictures of manicures for their social media feed, and provide a list of photographers with references, so the selection process is simple. To think like your manager and coordinate with them, you should have regularly scheduled meetings. Come to them prepared and with a purpose. Make sure that in these meetings you communicate to your manager what you are accomplishing and how it falls in line with your manager's goals. Have an agreed upon agenda you go over at the beginning. For instance, Nina could say, "We will be discussing new nail art, and at the end of the meeting we will have chosen 10 designs for our spring collection." Take notes so you can look back on what was discussed, what was agreed upon, and what next steps need to be taken. To ensure your meetings are productive, you might create a set checklist to reference while preparing. Here's what could go on your meeting checklist. 1. Review. Go over both your schedules for the next 2 weeks. 2. Projects. What projects or events are you working on or preparing for? 3. Conflicts. List any issues, blocks, or challenges to your work. 4. Priorities. Know what projects are more important or time-sensitive. And here's what else could go on your meeting checklist. 1. Expense reviews. Make sure you have reported spending accurately. 2. Agendas. Plan ahead for any upcoming meetings or presentations. 3. Time out. Be on the same page about when either of you are traveling or taking time off. 4. Personal development. Every 4 to 6 weeks or so, assess how things are aligning with personal long-term goals. Another big part of managing up is being able to come up with solutions to questions. Of course, there are times when asking your manager a question is fine and important. Other times, though, instead of asking for their solution, you could brainstorm one of your own and ask for their opinion on what you've come up with. This gives your manager less work, since they can just agree or disagree with the solution you present instead of coming up with one on their own. Plus, when they see your strong decision-making skills, they can trust your abilities more. Say, the salon Nina works at needs to create a nail art menu for fall. Instead of just asking her manager, "What should we put on the menu?" she could offer a suggestion of her own. Nina tells her boss, "Neutrals and metallics are in this season, and I believe we should offer a minimalist geometric design because customers have been asking for something simple yet refined." From there, Nina's boss can agree or disagree. If her manager disagrees, that's fine, and actually helps her learn more about their decision-making process and thinking, which will help her make more informed suggestions in the future. To communicate effectively with your manager, learn to read between the lines and understand the nuances of how they communicate. Sometimes a manager might say things to you that aren't clear. This can be frustrating and is something they themselves should work on, but until then, you can manage up by properly interpreting what they are telling you. Think about what your manager is saying and what the underlying context or meaning might be. Are they trying to tell you something or just thinking out loud? Why are they saying these things to you? What is their goal? If you don't understand what your manager is saying, it's okay to ask for clarification. It's better to clear up confusion before it becomes an issue and you end up working hard on the wrong thing because you misinterpreted something. Listen up. Your manager is human, too, meaning they have preferences, quirks, and pet peeves. Maybe they like to communicate face-to-face, or they could prefer text messages. Or, maybe they hate getting an email after 5 p.m. Get to know them and use what you know to tailor how you communicate. No matter what time of day you email your manager, think about how you can be precise and to the point. Remember, your boss will likely be busy and might be reading your email on their phone. Keep things concise and use bullet points where appropriate. After writing, go back and think about how you could condense and get to your point faster. Consider adding a "too long didn't read" or TLDR to your email. This can be one sentence that you put at the beginning of an email to show the main point while the rest of your message explains things in greater detail. Do this now. We explained earlier how managing up requires you to think like your manager so you can communicate more easily. So, how well do you know your manager? Let's find out.